The entity API is the real, underlying system behind every node, taxonomy term, user, and comment. Once you know its core methods, they work identically across every entity type in Drupal. Before we touch any code, here's the whole idea in a few facts. loadMultiple, create, and delete are consistent across every entity type, nodes, terms, users, everything. entityQuery builds real, efficient database queries without writing raw SQL and respects access control by default. Batch API processes large sets of entities in manageable chunks, avoiding memory timeout issues on big operations. entityQuery returns just IDs, loadMultiple, then fetches the full entities only for the results actually needed. $entity greater than access operation checks the current user's real permissions for that specific entity before acting on user-triggered changes. This consistency is deliberate. Learning the entity API once means you already know how to work with nodes, terms, users, comments, and any custom entity type. This single query object builds a real, efficient SQL query behind the scenes, filtering by type, published status, and a field value, sorted and limited, with access control applied automatically. entityQuery returns just IDs, fast, lightweight, loadMultiple, then fetches the full entities only for the results you actually need. Batch API processes entities in controlled chunks with a real progress bar, essential for operations touching thousands of entities, where a single request would time out or exhaust memory. Each batch operation callback processes one chunk and reports progress via $context. Drupal handles the actual chunking and progress display automatically. $entity greater than access operation checks the current user's real permissions for that specific entity, essential when entity manipulation happens in response to user action, not just trusted admin scripts. Here's the real difference. loadMultiple, create, delete work identically across every entity type in Drupal. loadMultiple, create, delete work identically across every entity type in Drupal. entityQuery builds real, efficient, access-checked queries without writing raw SQL. Batch API processes large entity sets in safe, progress-tracked chunks instead of one giant request. Write an entityQuery that finds every unpublished recipe node older than 30 days. Thanks for learning with us. Come back soon.